Okay.
All righty. Woo! Oh, hi. Okay, who's the baby?
This is my daughter Xandri.
Hi, Xandri.
Yeah, Xandri.
Hi, Xandri.
You want to say hi?
Oh my God, she's so cute. Well, hello everyone, and welcome to the very first episode, the very first positivity conversation,
Yes.
And I'm so excited. I'm so freaking excited. Finally, without further ado, without all of the major, I guess, technical difficulties that we've been having to try to make this happen. But Kenzie, thank you so much.
Sure.
We're going to keep this very short and simple. I'm holding myself to this 15-minute time frame, so I need you to help me do the same.
Okay, that sounds good. Okay, I got the clock right up there, so we're good.
All righty then. Well, very first question that I have for you, and we can kind of let this conversation go where it wants. But of course, just to make sure I say this very quickly, the purpose of the positivity conversations is just to promote positivity, to develop thought-provoking conversations and questions for the average person. So I'm not asking you for any crazy or drawn-out answer. You know, your honest opinion and whatever comes the first off your head. Oh,
you got
hi,
it.
Payson. Hi, Payson. Did you want to say hi too? Okay, you're wet. Okay. She's wet, so that's no. Okay, have a seat. Alrighty, very first question for you, Kenzie. Do you believe that we have to suffer in order to grow?
Suffer. No, I think we need to be challenged to grow, but I don't think in challenges necessarily has to come suffering.
Okay, now why is that?
Because suffering seems like a miserable thing, and I think challenges don't have to be miserable.
Gotcha. Not even to help you grow.
Well, I mean, certainly you're going to grow from a miserable experience, but I don't think it has to be miserable to grow from it.
I 100% agree with you, and I'm so glad that you said that. Actually, I was listening to he wasn't a positive coach. He wasn't a positive coach or anything, but anyway, I won't go too far into that, but he was making a statement that he feels that you have to suffer in order to grow or to have growth. And I'm like, I think I understand where he was trying to go.
Yeah.
But I definitely don't believe that like you do. In fact, most of the time when I suffer, it's because I'm doing something that's against what I know in my heart of heart that what I should be doing.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, I don't think we're meant to suffer. So that's why I don't think that growth has to be suffering.
Okay. Well, let's lighten the mood up just a little bit. What activities help you feel most like yourself?
Oh boy. Okay, I picture myself as like the female MacGyver, right?
Okay.
Do you remember that show, MacGyver?
No.
Okay, well, he was a guy who you put him, you lock him in a trunk of a car and he can find some piece of pocket lint and work his way out. Like he could make do with any situation and just make it be awesome. You might have to look up MacGyver because it's pretty awesome.
You love the escape room.
Yeah, yes.
Oh my gosh, that drives me crazy. Oh, it drives me crazy. I can't do it. Like I can't do it.
I love getting put in a situation where it seems unlikely that there's a solution, and I love to find that solution. Usually, it's kind of a strange solution, maybe something that someone wouldn't think about, or a DIY project, things like that. That's what
you've brought to life.
That's my element. Yeah.
Okay.
Like I like to take apart, like say that if the hair blow or the blow dryer breaks, I like to take it apart and figure out why.
Okay, yeah, honey, no.
you're like I'm buying a new one.
I am literally buying a new one. Like we're gonna throw this thing away, honey. It has a short. Like we're just gonna get. No, ma'am. That's not.
Isn't it funny? Isn't it funny what floats our boats?
That really is. Like, I mean, but I can understand and I can respect that.
Well, thanks.
I can. So with that being said, what's your life's motto or philosophy that you live by?
Oh, that's a good one.
Mm-hmm.
I think that maybe, of course there's the make lemonade out of lemons, right? But that's awfully cliche, but that's kind of how I try to see life. I really do.
Okay.
I know that there are situations that are totally miserable and can be miserable, but our attitude is what makes it one way or another.
Now that I know definitely with me on this positivity journey lately, I've been learning that more and more and more that's one statement that you just made is completely true.
Yeah, it makes
it really.
yeah, your mindset, I mean, your mindset can control anything, and it can make, the same situation horrible or wonderful.
Yeah, I agree. Okay, so what's your favorite thing about yourself in general?
Oh, I think my favorite thing about me is that I am very optimistic, and I'm spontaneous, and I like that about myself.
Oh, okay. So okay? You got to tell me this. What was the last spontaneous thing you did?
Oh boy. Maybe I'm not as spontaneous as I thought. Oh man. Oh, okay. I'm trying to think. I spend so much time with my little 2-year-old, so it has to always be, like child appropriate, the spontaneous things we do. But
But that's still spontaneous because to people like me, it's something I probably would not do in a million years. So
yeah.
I'll be interested. What is it?
Well, we actually live in the boonies. We've got like no neighbors or anything around us. So there was a hill down the way, and we just decided to go climb this hill. I know it sounds very minor, but if my daughter's dad saw that we were climbing up this mud hill, he would have a conniption. But she and I did it, and we had the most fun time ever. And it
Like,
seems
is he a clean freak or something?
Yeah, he doesn't like her being dirty.
Yeah, gotcha.
Yeah, and so
I would relate to him.
so yeah, we were just out on a little walk, and we see this fantastic mud hill, and so we jumped in, and it was so fun.
Okay, now fun. That is spontaneous, and it honestly, for that to be spontaneous for you, I guarantee you that would be a major nightmare for somebody like me.
Well, another thing we did, I just thought of it, is we booked a trip to Alaska, and all we did was buy our flight there, and we knew we wanted to pick up an RV once we got there, and that was all our plans were. So we just got there and went where the wind took us. So that was fun.
Now that is definitely spontaneous. We were actually looking at doing a cruise in Alaska. We wanted to do it in January, but they don't have any cruises that are going out, which I did know. Yeah. I did not know that. So that was kind of our spontaneous thing because I don't do the cold too well. So it was going to be a spontaneous thing for me to be out there and just to kind of be able to go back inside very quickly, but at least still kind of experience it. So we probably end up postponing it for later on in the year.
Yeah, you can go to Alaska and get like a small day cruise type thing, but not like a Carnival Cruise Line or something like that.
Because that's what we're looking at, Royal Caribbean. Royal Caribbean, if I'm not mistaken. So, or was it Norwegian? One of the two. Anybody, somebody. Well, that's irrelevant.
That would be fun, though. That would be fun in the summertime.
I can't wait. I really can't wait. Okay, so what's your biggest dream?
My dream is to have my husband not have to work his horrible job anymore, and so that we can really just like up and travel whenever we want. And so I created I didn't create the business, but I joined an at-home business. And so that's kind of my drive, is to make that business successful so that we can get him out of his job and we can travel when we want and where we want.
Okay. Now, is there any additional motivation behind that? And what I mean by that is, aside from wanting to have your husband to quit his full-time job and wanting to do what you want to do, because in my mind, I hear that all the time from so many different people. Yeah, I just want to be my own boss. Right. So I'm like, for you, is there any additional motivation behind that, or is this really all geared around family?
It is very, very much geared around family, but I think, of course, having a successful business, you'll be making good income. And so my idea for a successful business, do the things I want to do, go the places I want to go. But also, I think that a lot of times people have the impression that money is a bad thing. Like, oh, he's filthy rich. He's, filthy rich. Like, that's a negative connotation toward money. But if someone is filthy rich and they are good with how they treat their money, like, I could totally bless so many people with my wealth. And that really is kind of like the major motivation. I would love to pay off my sister's house, or, buy my parents a new car, things like that. And if I was very wealthy, those things I could do.
Easily. That's something that I heard from Lisa Nichols. And actually, hell, I heard it today.
Oh, yeah?
On Quote of the Day with Sean Croxton. He does Financial Friday, and today's topic of today's show was Lisa Nichols. And her thing is, it's pretty much the exact same thing, that we all have this negative thought about money and wealth, when realistically, money really doesn't change you. Money really doesn't do anything but buy you better memories, is what she said.
That's a good point.
I love. Yeah, I love that. I can't wait to get there. Like, we're working on that here as well.
Yeah, I think if you use your wealth the right way, it can be a real blessing to a lot of people.
Well, I'll tell you what, we're wrapping down to the last 4 to 5 minutes, and I really want to spend a lot of time on this question here.
Okay.
But it's one of the major questions that actually got me to wanting to do positive and simple conversations. And my question simply is, how do you, Kenzie, define happiness?
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Happiness is going to bed and waking up in the morning with just joy in your heart, joy in your soul. You know, a lot of people go to bed and they toss and turn because they've got worries and woes and things that are weighing them down. And I think if you can go to bed happy and if you can wake up happy, then that's pretty impressive, you know? Yeah. So I think that is, my husband just got home from his work.
Oh, hi.
So yeah, happiness is definitely, you know, for a lot of people, it's not easy to come by because life is hard. It really is hard. But I think if we keep our positive spin on things, we can be happy.
Yeah, I agree. I 100% agree, Kenzie. I'm learning how to define happiness for myself. I've been like so many other people, and for years and years and years, it was anything that had monetary value that showed that I had status is what I consider to be happy. And year after year, the more I got, the more it was just like, this really is not making me happy.
Yeah.
And so last year, I started the positivity journey. About 3 months ago, I started doing the meditation.
Nice.
And so I've been able to kind of just really tap into it just a little bit more, and to be able to articulate to others what happiness really means for me. And to honestly, to be able to listen to people like you to say what happiness means for you is freaking fantastic.
Yeah, and it's different for everyone.
And it is.
It really is. I just think I like to know that what people might be saying about me when I'm not around, I hope that it's positive and good, and that's what happiness is for me also.
And it is. I love that. I love that when I'm not around, what people are saying about me, I hope that it's in a positive manner. I love that.
Thank you.
Love that. Well, Kenzie, we can go ahead and wrap this up. I definitely thank you for wanting to at least be my very first positivity conversation.
It's so fun. It's so fun.
I love them.
Like, work out.
I finally. But I definitely thank you, and hopefully we get a chance to have another chat or two, at least a couple of chats later on down the line.
Absolutely.
Whether live or not, we're definitely going to keep in touch. I've been watching your videos lately, so I don't know what all the pancakes were about the other day, but I was just like, what the hell is she doing? Like, oh my gosh. But hey, again, thank you so much, Kenzie.
Thank you too. It's so good to talk to you. You have a fantastic holiday. Thank you. You do the same. Send me this recording, and I'll make sure it gets updated and tag you in it. Okay, hon? Okay. Thank you. Tell your husband I said hi. Okay. Bless you. Same to you. Good night. Bye.